take a ratchet strap, fix that to your Sawbuck. To cut my logs to length, I use a threaded bar with a pot lid magnet. Google that and you'll find some information. Make sure your Sawbuck doesn't wobble. Even a little wobble will cost you energy. So here I move it and it sits flat. The threaded bar is cut to the length of our stove. Note the arrow pointing at the cut mark and the sliding horn. Watch later as to how we deal with that problem. Look at my feet, my knees, my hips and hands. They're all parallel or moving sideways. Important to stand in a place that's right for you. Here I'm stepping inside the Sawbuck. Again, look at the feet. Lift up the sides of your feet as you're rocking, your knees are moving sideways. And the hips are moving sideways. Look straight ahead. Sometimes putting a mirror in place. I encourage you to do that. You hear me tapping the handle as I'm pushing the full length of the saw. You've paid for it all, and you might have sharpened it all, so you might as well use everything you've got. When I look down, that's because the log has begun to pinch and bind on the saw. So to deal with that, I reach down and lift up one end a little bit. It doesn't need much pressure with the saw, and the job is done. This log is a trip hazard, so clear your working area and make it safe. Earlier in this video, I remarked about how the saw was going to foul on the cut mark. So what I do is shugle and push along those horns a little bit so the saw will clear the cut. To start the cut, I look at the work. Once it's established, I then look straight ahead. If you do that, your shoulders will line up. Here's the action from the near side. Now look at my right foot. I think I've got it a bit out of line. Sort of draw a line across my toes. I think that line is not going to be parallel with the line of the saw. It's only a few degrees out, but it still makes a difference. Whether you're playing golf or tennis or loosing arrows in archery, it's really important to get all the parts of your body to be pointing in the right directions. And sawing is just the same. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a sawing partner, I strongly suggest you say nothing, diddly squat, nada, nix, to them about their use of the saw. There is no quicker way to lose your sawing partner than by commenting on their abilities or what they should do different. I speak from experience. Your sawing partner will in fact be of far greater use if you give them a camera and get them to take shots of you in action at various angles. And you can see whether indeed your toes are aligned with your saw thrust, and whether you're looking at the work or looking straight ahead, and whether you are working as effectively as possible. That will be the best use of your sawing partner. At least to start with. Your feet your knees, your hip, and your shoulders should all line up and align with the saw stroke. Because there's a lot to think about here, I suggest you remember one thing only, and that is, once you've started your cut, just look up and not at the cut. Maybe get yourself one there. Look for the moment where I turn and look at the log. That's the moment where it's just pinched and bound the saw. To relieve that, just push on one end of the log to relieve the pressure and slightly lighten the pressure that you're applying with the saw. Now I pack up the sawbuck, fold it up, wrap the ratchet strap around it, and it's ready for its next outing. If you're interested in saws, and you must be if you've watched this much, you may want one yourself. I occasionally sell refurbished saws, as indeed this particular saw is, tested just before I shipped it to a customer. I also sell specialist saw files.